Hi, this is Justin with Oclef. This is my second video on harmonizing melodies. In the first video, I talked about how we can harmonize a simple tune like hot cross buns using primary chords in the left hand. And that sounded like this. Today, I want to talk about how we can embellish or enrich this a little bit and make it more interesting to play. And the way we can do that is by adding intervals to the right hand. If you're working on the song with your students, you would ask them to try playing the right hand melody either in thirds or in sixths. So they could sit and play in sixths first, or just in thirds. And so on. And you also might ask them to try mixing those two intervals depending on what they feel like playing. So they might try something like this. And that would be a great opportunity to ask your students what they feel like is the difference between those two intervals. If they think a third, for instance, is a different sounding from a sixth. If a sixth sounds more open or warmer, and a third maybe feels a bit cooler or more closed. Ask your students about this so they can start developing a sensitivity towards different kind of intervals. When they feel comfortable adding thirds or sixths to the melody, then you can ask them to play the left hand and then play either thirds or sixths in the right hand together. So a good place to start with that would be to have them play sixths in the right hand like this. Which already sounds pretty good, and then you can have them do the thirds. And any student will notice right away that a lot of the thirds sound good, but some of them are a little bit off. And they'll usually identify this as being off. So the next step would be to mix thirds and sixths in the right hand and adjust according to what your ear and your instinct tells you to play. Or once a student feels comfortable doing this, you can have them embellish this arrangement a little bit. And you can do this by breaking the thirds in the right hand. You can also introduce the idea of passing tones. So you can play C, or rather E, D, C, and fill in that interval of a third. And each of these steps might take, 10 to 15 minutes. You wouldn't want to rush through all of them in just one lesson. The idea is to introduce them gradually and get the student comfortable with looking at the song from many different perspectives and to help them feel like they can put their own spin on this song with their own arrangement. In my next video, I'll talk about how we can embellish the left hand of our arrangement a little bit and make the accompaniment patterns more fun to listen to. So I hope you join me then, and thank you for joining me today.